So, I guess it's time to do my first ever draft discussion video, huh? Alright, hi, hello, it's your boy, Sick. Yeah, that's what I like saying to you guys, I'm sick, so there's a lot of cutting in the video, that's probably why I keep sneezing. Anyway, we are here with the UAPB draft analysis video. Now, I'm gonna say it's my first ever draft league, so if I do terrible in this, well, you can't yell at me because it's my first time and I got no idea how to do this shit. I watched a little bit of one video from my boy Odds, but I didn't watch very much because I didn't have much time and I didn't want to watch it now because I just want to get this out of the way. So yeah, also before I do anything, I just want to say huge shout outs to Odds for my Casimir Charizard's logo. It's absolutely amazing, and huge shout out for the guy for getting me in the UAPB league as well. The dude has been trying to get me into a league for an extremely long time, and he's gotten me into one. And not only that, the dude's been helping me with team building and everything else. He's a great guy. Shout out to him. You're amazing. He even helped me set this up because I had no idea how to get more than 6 mons in one thing. I didn't even know you could. So yeah, let's do this. This is my draft analysis. Also, I just gotta say, originally I was contacted to join the UAPB, but I wasn't around at the time I was contacted, so then I got rejected after I was accepted, so that kind of sucks. But then they got back to me because of someone left and needed a replacement. So I gotta say, if things look odd on my team, I didn't choose half of my team, so yeah, I did a couple transactions, but that's about it. Anyway, let's get into this and show you the team. So up here, as you can see, it says Kesama Charizard because that is my team name. So the first one we have is Keldeo. Now, I did actually swap this out with a Hooper Unbound because I had way too many dark types. We'll get into that later. So originally, my team was too slow and it had too many common weaknesses, and I didn't have a wide range of special attackers, speedy mons, and I needed a fighting type. So I was like, you know what, Keldeo's good, and Keldeo's Sacred Sword is also really good because it can just ignore all status changes. So I thought, you know what, speedy, special attacker, fighting type, you know what, I kind of want to go for it and hope for the best. And of course I did have a Hooper Unbound, but I removed that just because I thought his typing was a little bit unnecessary and it was just a little bit not my type. Anyway, the next one we have is Caesar. Actually, yeah, the next one is Caesar. Caesar was already on the team, luckily, because I love this mon. We all know it's got great defenses. It has one weakness. There's no point even talking about it. Caesar was on the team and is here to stay, super defensive. Okay, so we originally had a Mega Gyarados for our Mega, but I decided we need more physical, we need more speed. I don't want the Mega Gyarados anymore. I'm going for Aerodactyl because it would also cover the typings. Because we needed a fast flying type, and rock type would be good against fire, etc. So that's why I went for Aerodactyl. Not much else to say. So the next we have Florges. This was already in the draft when I got it, but Florges is a great special defense. And it's a fairy types, which is good in general, and it pretty much is just a generally good mod, nothing else to explain. Zapdos, another one that I got given, and I thought it was pretty decent. It's a special flying and an electric, and it's just a Zapdos, so I was like, you know what, I'm gonna keep it. I think it suits the team decently well. So another one I got given is Incineroar. Now, as you can see, we had 3 dark types, which is why I got rid of 2 of them, because we didn't need it. And our team was also very slow, but I decided to keep Incineroar because he's pretty useful. He's got Intimidate, he's got a decent stat range, and he's got some good moves as well. I just thought he was a decent to have, and he was a low amount of points, so I just generally thought, hey, I'm just going to grab him and hope for the best. I mean, keep him, because he was already on my team. Now for the last ones that were originally on the team is a Tingler, and I kept it on the team because I needed something with this low of a point here, and I thought it was decent because it's got Regenerator for one, and it could just be a little mini wall with Eviolite, so no issue at all. I was like, you know what, let's just keep it. Okay, so for one of the first ones that I drafted, I drafted a Alolan Raichu. Why? Because of I gave him his Z move. He's my Z move holder. The reason for that is because of this dude. He's super speedy, so he could just speed in and paralyze anyone. And the reason I did this was because of we couldn't have any Z moves with multiple abilities. So I was like, you know what, Stokes, Spark Surfer, it's not that bad. Because originally I was gonna give it to Komodo, which I actually used to have a Komodo, but I got rid of it because it was too slow. Yeah. So got a little Raichu. I think it's pretty good. Psychic, where we needed a Psychic type, especially after getting rid of Hooper. And a second Ultra type isn't terrible, especially with it being so speedy. Now, for another wall and for its amazing typing, I decided to draft in Gastrodon. Now, we all know Gastrodon is tanky as heck. It learns Scald, Recover. You could give it leftovers. It's just bulk with one weakness. Why wouldn't someone put Gastrodon on the team? Honestly, I don't know how I ended up getting it, considering, mind you, I'm Australian, so my draft was always late because of, well, unless I stayed up late, or I put a pre-pick, which I did a couple times. Anyway, I didn't have first choice in picks, and I did join this the draft late, so I didn't even know how I managed to get Gastrodon. But hey, for the next one, I got Zygarde 10%. And now my boy Odds and I were discussing this, and we decided to get myself Zygarde at 10% because it's a speedy dragon type, and it could just hopefully come in clutch sometimes. Isn't really much else to say. It's just speed, dragon, this earth as well. Got some nice moves. It could do well. And because I needed a physical fighting type and I needed a poison type as well, with the amount of points left, I decided, you know what, I'm just gonna go for a Toxicroak. It's probably not gonna come up often, but when it does, hopefully it'll come in clutch because of I could always give it a Scarf, and then I could just give it poison moves, fighting moves. It was do decent coverage. Unfortunately, it's not the best of defense, so it'll be hard to get out. But in the most part, that's my draft. I've done a couple transactions for off of the top of my mind. I got rid of the Hooper, I got rid of Mega Gyarados, I got rid of Komodo, and that's it. And the only ones that I drafted myself are Raichu, Gastrodon, Zygarde, Toxicroak, and then I used transactions to get Keldeo and Aerodactyl. So overall, this is a pretty interesting team. I'm surprised it saved. I thought it deleted last time I went out of it. Oops. But yeah, it's a pretty interesting team. I think it's pretty decent. I feel like it could get some changes in the near future. Might end up swapping out Raichu just because of it doesn't have a great amount of synergy. Maybe Zygarde. But in the most part, everything else seems okay because at the end of the day, Sacred Sword, super speedy, bulk, resist everything, super speedy. We can't actually trade Megas anymore in this season, so that sucks. Super bulk fairy. This is okay. I mean, Zapdos is pretty good. The common weakness of my team though is it really loses to rain teams and Stealth Rocks, which kind of sucks. But luckily we got Defog on Caesar, so that's cool. But yeah, in the most part, this is my team. Some changes might occur, but it's okay. It's not validated, so that sucks, but it's okay, guys. It's okay. Anyway, if you're wondering why I didn't hide this thing over here, it's bothering you guys. It's because for some reason my thing's glitched, and if I click hide, it literally exits out of this whole thing. So, yeah. I don't think I need to continue this on for anymore. This is my draft for UAPB. I need to change up my thing against Rez. Yeah, if Rez sees this before the battle, then kind of sucks for me. But good old Kasame Charizard, and I'm gonna click hide. See, it just exits out. Anyway, I'm on out of it. Hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.